How's it going, everybody? I am sharing a dream, a dream that I had last night, actually. And this dream was about President Trump and some issues that I feel that are prayer focus, some insight into President Trump, and awesome stuff, really cool stuff. Like I really felt blessed when I woke up from this dream, and it's good to have inside information into the Lord's heart concerning important stuff, and it's amazing to be able to share it too. So, in this dream, I'm in some bleachers at it kind of felt like a college basketball game. There's a lot of people there, but it also felt kind of like a high school. It was almost a mixture of high school, college, NBA. But I was in the bleachers, down low, like on the court, and it was the end of the game, and I remember something happening at the end of the game. And the players felt like it was unjust. Almost like some shots were called or some plays were called that were called wrong. And like 5 or 6 of the players, they got so mad that they all ran up. And from what I remember, most of them were African American, brown skin, of different shades. Okay, maybe not all of them, but that's what I really remember. They all when this call was made, they all ran up and jumped on the basketball hoop. Pulled on the basketball hoop so hard that it busted the glass. That's how mad they were. And they knew what they were doing. It was like, ah! Like, if we're not going to get justice, nobody is. If we're not going to get justice, we're going to end this game. And it really felt like it was the end of the game. So it's not like they did this in the middle of the game. I felt like it was the end of the game, but they were being treated unfairly. And it was true. Like whatever had happened, it was wrong. I didn't, in the dream, feel like I had revelation on the motives of whoever made these calls. But people began to leave. The players were deeply hurt and angry. And all of a sudden, now, glass was all over the basketball floor. Then I see, and like everybody was walking around the glass. And I see Trump, and he walks across the glass to get to one of the players who had pulled down the basketball goal. And he was the youngest of them. I remember even seeing him with the group that was up there, and I thought, well, he's too young to even be in college. So that's why it was a little confusing on what age group the game was. But he was a young boy, like 7 or 8 years old. And he was hurt. He was hurt. He really devastated, and felt like he had been treated unfairly. And Trump saw this boy, saw what happened. All the other ones had left, but this one boy was in a corner on the floor, huddled down by himself in like this dark corner. on the other side of the court in a hallway that wasn't really used. And I watched as Trump walked across the court, walked on the glass. I mean, he had shoes on, I would assume, but in the dream, I knew that him walking on the glass, there was a level of pain and discomfort that he was enduring to just to do that. Even to the point to where in the dream, when I saw him walk across the glass, I said something to him about it. And it was like, wow, that's awesome. You're willing to walk across this glass to go do what you're about to do, whatever it is. And in the dream, I knew that in the past, like in his previous term, he had to walk across gravel in the same way. Anyways, he walks over to the boy and he puts his arm around him. He puts his arm around him. He kneels down and puts his arm around him and just begins to encourage him. And I heard him ask the boy his name. What is your name? And the boy says, Brown. And I remember Trump like, no, what is your name? Brown. Very interesting that the boy identified with being brown over his own name. Just there's so much in that, right? Identity. Who are you? Are you your skin color? Or are you an individual that God made unique with a calling and a destiny and a purpose? So he didn't really want to talk to Trump, but so Trump was trying to do everything he could to comfort the boy, and he got him to get up, kind of come with him, and I could tell that the boy was reluctant, like distrust, and I thought, well, maybe I can help encourage him because I'm younger than Trump. I'm still white, right? So I go over there and I kind of encourage him to go. And if I remember correctly, that was the end of the dream. But it makes me think about obviously the racial stuff. Whatever injustice does happen, it's real, right? Is it pervasive on the level that some think it is? I don't think it is. But how much is enough? How much is too enough? How much is too much? Were the calls made on the basketball game racist? Maybe, maybe not. But when you're wounded so many times a certain way, you get a reflex reaction that expects things a certain way, and you get beat a certain way, you end up just kind of accepting and anticipating, right? So I thought it was beautiful that Trump did what he did. I think it's interesting that we're going to have some serious mass deportations coming up. Clearly, laws need to be in our country. We don't have a country, we don't have borders if we don't have laws. Obama sent tons and tons and tons of people that weren't supposed to be here, that came in here illegally. I think it's right and just for Americans of every color. So I feel like this dream revealed Trump's heart. I remembered after waking up what he did for the black colleges. He got them tons of money, and they didn't have to come back every year to ask for it. He said, every year, this is what you get. He did a lot for the black businesses. So I'm praying that the Lord would speak to him on specific things for the black community. Maybe not specific above and beyond other people, but obviously opportunity, obviously lower taxes, lower gas prices, lower food prices, those kind of things that really matter. In his first term, it was my prayer, it was my heart that Trump would be able to speak to the racial issues in a more compassionate way, a way speaking into the identity of the nation that Trump really hasn't been good at. I think maybe he will be better at it this term. I'm praying that the Lord would give him words that would give him strategy, give him relationships and connections. So some prayer points from the dream. It's interesting because way back when Trump first ran, I was like, heck no, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. But I was like, Lord, who's your man? Who do you want to vote for? Who are you supporting? Who are you backing? And my wife had a dream, and some other things happened where my heart changed. I realized, you know what? No, this guy's rough around the edges, but the Lord's choosing him. In my wife's dream, we were going to go vote, and this is back in 2016. We were in our car on our way to go vote, and we pulled up to the voting place, and it was pouring down rain outside. And we looked, and Trump was at the door of the voting station, post office, whatever place it was, and he was opening the door for the people coming in. And he had an umbrella. And he saw us pull up, and he came down with his umbrella and covered us as we got out of the car and held the umbrella up to the polling place or voting place where you vote. And my wife wasn't pro-Trump either. And after she had the dream, we're just talking about it like, wow, like that was the Lord, because I discerned that it was the Holy Spirit, but I wrestled with it. Like, what are you saying? Like, really? Like, there's a good portion of Trump's heart that really is a servant, that really wants to do good and right for others. It's not all about himself. We were convinced that was the Lord's way of showing that, yes, Trump wasn't just out for himself. He really wanted the best for the nation. And I began to do research and look up stuff about Trump. And I found the interview with Oprah from the 90s or the late 80s. I don't know when it was. And she asked him, hey, would you consider being president? I think you'd make a good president. And his response really, 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 really shocked me. It was almost like I saw another person. It's like, whoa, he actually might be the best person for the job, even back then. And just the way he said, no, I don't think I would. I like my life, but if things got bad enough, somebody needs to save our country, because I think it's headed down the wrong way. And here he is, right, giving all of his money to veterans, his pay as president, his business suffering in a lot of ways. And people say, well, he has all these other ways to benefit. I mean, really, you think? I mean, they're trying to put him in jail. They've been trying to, they want to take everything away. Like, it would just be easier to go away and run his businesses and be left alone to make money and enjoy life. But for some reason, Trump's like, no, I want to go right into the lion's den. God bless him. Lord, speak to him, show him the pathway of compassion, the pathway of empathy, the pathway of service, the pathway of understanding others that have different experiences in this nation. Lord, we ask for heart transplants, right? We ask for people in this nation that identify with their color before their God-given identity. Just do it, God. We need you. We need you bad in this nation. All right. Love you guys. Blessings. Keep praying.